千里之行，始于足下。A journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath the feet. We now gather in the Tao to travel the journey together. Welcome to Tao Talks with Derek Lin, where we take a deep dive into the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. I would like to extend a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. I would like to invite you to center your thoughts and direct your attention to this moment in time, to the here and now, to be fully present and mindfully aware as we all ready ourselves for this sacred process in the Tao with one another. So let me just illustrate with some principles. In ancient times and today, sages have noticed that those who share freely, they also benefit greatly. It's a pattern that holds true. It holds true regardless of where you happen to be, not just in the East, where the Tao originated in ancient times, but also in the West today, and also in the West historically. For example, Benjamin Franklin freely shared his invention of the lightning rod. He figured out how lightning worked. And at his time, the tallest buildings were the churches that were built to be taller than the other buildings to be closer to heaven, closer to God. This made it very likely that when there's a thunderstorm, that these churches would be struck by lightning. And that would basically very often destroy that particular church. And the explanation back in those days, before the invention of the lightning rod, was that, well, they must have been practicing their faith incorrectly. And that is why God sent the lightning to destroy them as punishment. Benjamin Franklin studied and understood the nature of lightning, then freely shared the lightning rod so that they can be installed in these tall buildings everywhere, saving numerous lives. Now, it also cemented his reputation as a leading figure of his time. So he was not disadvantaged, he did not deprive himself by giving away the lightning rod freely by sharing it with the world. So that's one example. Many other examples exist throughout history, but let me talk about today's world. The same pattern holds true in modern times as it did in ancient times. Today, companies have attained remarkable success with a freemium model. What is the freemium model? It's just the business model where people are given free services by these companies. And if some of the people that enjoy the free services want more, they can pay a premium to gain access to the additional capabilities. For many people, the free services are quite sufficient, but there's enough people that want to pay the premium for the additional capabilities that these companies do extremely well. For example, Spotify and Google are just two of the many services that have attracted and maintained a huge user base just by giving away the basic offerings to the public for free. Many, many millions of users. And a substantial fraction of the millions become paid customers, paying a premium, causing them to be financially very successful as well. But ultimately, the important thing to note is that everybody in this picture benefits. Another example today is programmers have created better applications with the open source software movement. What is that? It's basically software that is developed, that is written in an open and transparent way, where the source code is freely downloadable by anyone who wants to look at it. Open source software built the internet. The internet itself, including Spotify and Google and all the other successful companies, largely built on freely available open source software. Everybody benefits. And the programmers themselves know that when they are able to give that to the world, their software becomes better too. They get scrutinized by other professionals, and therefore, if there are flaws, if there are bugs, if there are security issues, they get corrected. So now, finally, at the end of this slide, I want to ask, what about us? What about you and me? What are some things that I can share? And unlike the examples that we have listed with Benjamin Franklin, with Google, Spotify, with the internet, you don't have to have special skills to practice this virtue. It can be as simple as sharing the Tao with friends who are receptive. That too is sharing. Sharing freely would also lead to benefiting greatly. It's the same pattern. So remember, to bear something in this context is to create or give birth to it. It's generalized to anything you create. So by studying the Tao, you may have noticed that you have created a new beginning for yourself in your life. You have created something good, something positive. You may have experienced already the power of the Tao helping you make your life easier and smoother. I know I certainly have. I've experienced the protective power of the Tao, shielding me from negative forces in my life, even sometimes when I'm not aware of it. If that is the case, what the Tao asks of you is to not keep it as a secret, like your secret recipe for success. Do not be possessive of it the way that some people guard their success secrets in a jealous way. Share your thoughts and invite others to come along with you on the same journey that you and I are on, so they can benefit from it just as you have. And that's how we can practice this particular virtue, bearing without possession. Having created this wonderful situation where the Tao is present in our lives, it is time to share. Our meeting has come to an end, but the journey continues on. Until next time, may the Tao fill you with peace and happiness.